Among the sturdy stone structures of Rutland Square in Edinburgh's West End stands the very headquarters of those representing the people who designed them, and the Royal Incorporation of Architects Scotland has just announced its shortlist for the very best new buildings for 2019.
The Royal Incorporation of Architects in Scotland run annual awards for architecture. It's an extremely important thing for us to do because we want to show people what can be achieved by architecture. And it's a very useful thing to be able to show clients or people who are considering building a new building, procuring a new building, to say, well, this is what other people have managed to do with a similar brief. Look at these schools. Is your school going to have equal ambition? And architecture can make a huge difference to the health and well-being of people who are living in it and people who pass by it. So giving these awards is a sort of benchmark. And we hope that every year we ratchet it up a bit. And it's really very, very important for the profession, and I think for society at large, to realise what architecture can achieve.
Something else achieved is the hype and attention surrounding these awards, with newspaper cuttings collected to celebrate architectural achievement. But how do the people in charge decide what constitutes an award-winning building?
And so we get a short list of about 20 or so buildings. And then the panel, which, as I say, is made up of professionals and lay people, go and look at all of the buildings. And they say, well, we've seen the photographs, but what's it actually like to be there? What's the context? What sort of space is it making with other buildings or the landscape in which it is set? There are a lot of very good art buildings out there. Scotland has got a lot of very good architects. There is an issue about procurement, in that not enough people who are looking for a building necessarily feel that they need to employ an architect. That an architect can give better value, and that's what part of the thing about the awards process is, to show people what that value can be and how it can really raise the game in terms of performance of the people who are using the building.
But can locals relate to such imposing structures?
And particularly in the early days when my wife and I had a long distance relationship, and we'd come up and we'd just walk through the streets of Edinburgh. I don't know, there's something about the imposing grandeur of the place. The whole architecture of Edinburgh just says, bang, power. We are rich and we are comfortable and you do not concern us. It's amazing. Like when you first get walking around, just go, Jesus, do I have to go home? I'm not actually minted. Especially places like the New Town, which are so, just so impressive.
Intimidating it may be, but the RIAS emphasise features beyond the simple aesthetics and are concerned also by function and sustainability.
It's the way the building is performed. The function of the building is extremely important. The other thing that we have to increasingly consider is the construction industry contributes to 50% of the whole of the UK's waste. So that, if we're thinking about climate change and issues of sustainability, that's something that architects who are trying to be ethical in what they're doing are going to seriously consider. So how do we contribute to a circular economy? If you go to nature, there's no such thing as waste. There's no such thing as there, where you can dump things. It's all a circular economy, the thing works in the round. And we have to actually try and emulate nature in that way. So once a building has been built, maybe in 60 or 70 years, it needs to reconfigure itself. It needs to be flexible. In the last resort, it may have to be taken down. But all the bits of it should be able to contribute to another building or to something else rather than be thrown away. At the moment, we're throwing far too much away.
So eco-concerns and a sense of purpose are what make the best buildings in Scotland. The awards ceremony takes place on the 30th of May.